Hey everybody, it's Jeff. Welcome to another episode of Stay Rad at Wine Blog TV. And today I am rocking a tri-tip sandwich. When I think barbecue, like a lot of you, I would expect that you're also thinking about Zinfandel. And honestly, when I think about Zinfandels with my barbecue, I think the thing that makes them work really well is a lot of times Zinfandels are going to have that big fruit. They're going to have sometimes these big peppery notes, and they're also going to have that big alcohol. And the alcohol, along with the acid, sometimes they play really nicely with the fat and with the sweetness that comes from the barbecue. These tri-tip sandwiches right here, or the tri-tip itself, the roast, on the barbecue, when there was about like 5-10 minutes left, I started putting some just, generic Kansas City barbecue sauce around the outside of it, and then I did put a little bit of that stuff on top. So there's going to be a little sweetness to it. I also put some grainy brown mustard and some horseradish in there as well. And then I've also got a little butter lettuce salad with a simple soy ginger vinaigrette. So, I think that this should be a good pairing, but I really just want to dive right into it. This Zinfandel right here, nothing special except for the fact that I think it's something that a lot of you guys are going to be able to find. This is the Rosenblum Cellars Vintners Cuvée number 23. I don't know if they print the years on it. They do release, every single vintage they're releasing a new one. So my expectation is that this fruit is either going to be 2009 or 2010. I'm certain if I look this up later I can find that. But they just put the Roman numerals every year for their vintage, for their Vintners Cuvée. And the idea is this is just fruit coming from all their different vineyards that's left over after they make those premium single vineyard varietals. And this is one that you're going to find in most grocery stores. This one was like $7 when I got it. So let's take a peek here. Good color. I'm seeing like a dark red to purple. I mean, more purple than anything else. Good. I mean, it's looking nice. Really, whenever I'm looking at these wines, it's really just to get a visual memory of what these different grapes are looking like. And I mean, yeah, looks like Zinfandel. Looks like a young Zinfandel. So let's guess 2010 fruit. Maybe 2011? I don't know. We'll look it up later, and I'll post downstairs, down below. Now, as far as the nose, some good blackberry, some good plum, some tires, some chalk, Jeremy. It's something I think you'll like. Yeah, a little rubber ball there, along with those tires. It's nice. The fruit is pretty big. I mean, it smells like it's a big boy. There's a little bit of like oak, cedar, and there is kind of even a like raisiny type of play that you get a lot of. A lot when you deal with a higher alcohol Zinfandel. I see that raisininess start to show up because the later they get, the more concentrated that flavor gets. Let's see the alcohol on this. I mean, it smells like it's going to be big. 14.5. Higher end of most wines. I've seen Zinfandels, I think I had one the other day that was like 15.3, but definitely higher than most wines that you're dealing with. Let's take a little sip here. For $7, it's bringing it. It's bringing it on all fronts. That big plum and blackberry fruit showing up on the palate. So good tannic structure, mildly astringent, but it is kind of some fine tannin, some fine astringency. It is bringing some of that chalkiness. It is bringing some of that bicycle tire that I like. There are a couple like green pepper, green type of notes, and there's like a spicy black pepper kind of bouncing around. I mean, definitely some quality juice. And for $7, and I'm just going to throw this in that 88 plus range. Yeah, we'll just call it 88 plus. I mean, it's definitely, a weeknight wine. It's definitely a go-to one that you are going to find at most stores. And I'm sure plenty of you have had this before. Maybe not this particular vintage, but, some in the past, or this is the one you're going to see right now. So maybe pick it up, try it out, and let me know below what you think about it. Now let's try it with I'm going to take one more sip before I move on to this food. I mean, it's definitely bringing some quality here that I appreciate. Too bright there. Okay. Now let's get into this Sammy. I put it on I couldn't find any great rolls, so I just found a loaf of ciabatta bread and cut that down the middle, put it in the oven for a little bit. Oh, here we go. Small bite just for you. You know what I'm going to do the next time I make one of these sandwiches? I don't like things to get really, really messy around me. But I think this could benefit from just a little bit more barbecue sauce straight on there afterwards. With this big loaf of ciabatta bread, it is kind of drying things out a little bit. The meat itself, medium rare is what I'm always going for. And the meat itself is quite juicy, but it is kind of battling that ciabatta bread. Also, the brown mustard that I put on the bottom and the horseradish is definitely, I think it's kind of taken a front seat to the barbecue sauce, which is the flavor that I kind of want to show up more than anything else. The flavors are coming together well. I just think it needs to be a different ratio there. But it's not necessarily about how I make a sandwich. It's about how it pairs with this wine. So let's get back into it. And this is why you pair wines with foods. I mean, what's happening here is this wine is kind of making up for that lack of juiciness, for a better term. I mean, the big dark fruits and the acidity are really working wonders on the sandwich, and it really is kind of bumping things up to the next level. I mean, the sandwich itself, I'll give it an 85. I can do better. I will do better in the future. But with this wine right here, it bumps that sandwich up to like an 87. The wine itself, I'm liking a whole lot more because it is really helping that meal out. And so with the sandwich, I'm going to give the wine, an extra couple points when you pair it. I mean, this is a good pairing here. But again, just quality wine. And I think it would go well with a whole lot of different barbecued foods. I can even see like on a big like whole chicken, I could see it with that. Definitely a steak, like that thing I brought out a couple weeks ago. I think it'd go really well with that. But all in all, quality juice for not that much money at all. $7. So pick it up. Let me know what you think. And yeah, everybody, Hunter Pence.